106.7 WIZN. That is Thin Lizzy. The boys are back in town. Heard Stevie Nicks before that. I'm Joe Vega taking you through your Wednesday rocket ride home, and I'm joined now by Paul Harding from Martin Harding and Mazzotti. Hello, Paul.
Hey, Joey. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, calling you with a question, something I was thinking about. Of course, it's been in the news. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away, and we're not going to get into the whole, who's going to replace her and when that's going to happen. So just, everyone that's listening to this, just calm down. Rock and roll is bipartisan.
Hot button issue. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Hot button issue. But here's what I am curious about is because now there are currently 8 Supreme Court justices. What happens if it does take a while and there's a ruling that's a tie, basically, split down the middle, 4-4? What happens then?
So it's not uncommon to be at 4-4.
Okay.
In 2016 and 2017, for about 16 months, there was only 8 justices. They didn't have the opportunity to appoint anybody new, or sometimes someone recuses, meaning a judge says, hey, I'm too close to this. I've got a personal relationship or connection. And so they end up in this sort of 8-person panel. So if you get the 4-4 to your question, what happens is nothing. And it's kind of like a freeze frame. The lower court's decision, whatever it was, remains in effect.
Okay.
And then the Supreme Court can take it up later. They can wait till there's somebody new appointed. Somebody could change their mind. Say, I thought about this. I'm going to go this direction. So not uncommon. But here, I think, the backdrop, and there's that hot button issue,
right,
is this going to somehow affect the election? And answer, maybe.
Right. It's hard telling, not knowing.
It sure is.
Okay. Well, that's interesting that it's not set in stone. If it's 4-4, well, then they could just go back to it later, or, they could just, the lower court's decision would apply. Again, it's something that I think I've talked about with you a few times. It's amazing to me how often common sense does apply with a lot of these decisions. So
until you hear something so outrageous, it blows that whole theory out of the water. But as a general proposition, you are right. Common sense rules the day in the law.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for explaining that to me, Paul Harding from Martin Harding and Mazzotti. Thanks for coming on, Paul.
All right. Thank you, Joey. Bye-bye.
Remember, you can call Martin Harding and Mazzotti at any time at 1-800-LAW-1010 or go online to 1-800-LAW-1010.com. Mel Allen takes over from here. He's got music from Joe Walsh and Def Leppard next.